Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you today to discuss the Equifax breach. And I noticed I didn't really want to talk too much about it, but I'm going to discuss this breach in a way that is not commonly discussed. And like I said in the other video, most of the people who are talking about the Equifax breach are talking from a place of fear. And so this Equifax breach is actually going to, and I know this for certain, it is going to put individuals 5 years behind, or should I say 10 steps backwards or 100 steps backwards. Why do I say that? It's because now Equifax, along with the others, because even though they have not nothing has been put out in the public, they have that any breach has happened on their end. When you think of one, you think of the other. And so what happens is now Equifax is now being positioned is the big bad boogeyman. And I've said this in other videos, and like I said, it's not commonly talked about. The reason why it's not commonly talked about, so much I want to say in this video, and I just hope I make all the points. Many of the people are talking from a place of fear. I'm not going to knock anyone regarding how they want to deliver the Equifax breach to the public. But what happens is that you have to understand many of those individuals will never say that the wrongdoing was Equifax. There's a lot of talk about the dark web and all this other stuff. And although that may be a factor, the finger pointing is still to Equifax. But what happens is that since Equifax is a billion-dollar company, publicly traded, a lot of individuals, especially in the credit space, want to either be sponsored by Equifax individually as a company or what have you, or on their platform or what have you. So if I know that I want them to back me as their credit go-to person or what have you, I'm not going to speak bad about them. So it is easy for a person to go to the public and say, hey, this is what happened, regarding the breach, and this is what you have to do. And by all means, you do what you have to do to be able to save or to save your credit or to monitor your credit or what have you. But it goes back to what I said in the last video. If you understand the game, if you are interested in learning the game, understand it as a game, then it is just something that they do. Because I've said this for years before this breach, is that Equifax is a profit generating company. Their goal is to generate a profit. Clear and simple. They have shareholders that they have a right to produce a profit for them because they're a publicly traded company. People invest in the company. They want a profit for what they invest in. They have shareholders or what have you. And so that's why I've said in other videos, and I know I sound like a broken record, saying like I'm repeating the same thing over and over and over, but I've said this before. People know more about your habits, the powers that may be. And when I say the powers that may be, in terms of billion-dollar companies, people who their goal is to reach those who are not who don't have the financial understanding of this of the law of credit or what have you, or any financial matters. They know that now what used to be unknown to individuals, because the whole credit debacle in terms of personal credit or what have you, scoring or what have you, it used to be very unknown to many people. There were only a few people in the space who was talking about it. So of course, if it's a billion dollar industry, the few people who were talking about it, there's no way that they can reach the masses. And so that's why I always say, going back to video, I know third time I've said it, other videos, that there are no excuses on why a person is in a financial situation, because the powers that may be, Equifax, the big boys, or who have you, know that now by holding your telephone, going on social media, clicking on a video, that you can now empower yourself financially. And so a person who used to be a 400 or 500 or 600 credit score can now plug in to information, whether it be me, whether it be whoever, and now gain the knowledge, gain the know-how to take themselves out of a financial hiccup to financial prosperity. They know this. You may not know that, but they know that. And so that's why I said there's no excuses. So going back to what I said about Equifax being a profit-generating company, they do not make money off of individuals who have good credit. They do not. They are a marketing company that sell your information. Many of the credit experts, gurus, what have you, will not tell you this, because like I said, their end result is they want to be sponsored by them. So they're not going to tell really what's in it for Equifax. So if there are millions and millions of people who are now gaining access to information, you go on social media, you got this person telling you stuff, you got this person telling you stuff. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not going to resonate with everybody. And that is why kudos to other people who are sharing the insight, sharing the knowledge. Now, of course, there's always a disclaimer. Everybody information, you gotta be very leery. And I will say this sidebar, because I don't want to get off track. There are individuals who are just jumping in this. They have no history of being able to help other people, because keep in mind, just because you may have had some success with improving your credit does not mean that you can help other people. Now, I've always told people how long it was to when I started, when I got results, and when I decided to even go to the public. I did not, when I got started in 99, I did not say, okay, I was going to go to the public in 2000 or the end of 99 sharing information, because you have to understand, and this is what people don't understand. And I'm going to go back to, like I said, the powers that be that know that there's individuals out there who are sharing very good information. It is a sensitive, and it's a sensitive industry, because so many things rely on your credit. And so when you have people who just want to jump in, and the reason why I know this is because there are people who have came to me, who have taken my class that I know just a month ago or 2 months ago where they were at financially. I know this for certain because I saw it. Now, I wouldn't call nobody out because, professionally it wouldn't be right. And I understand that I have a professional responsibility not to disclose stuff. But now they're out there providing advice. And my thing is this. I know how long it takes to improve your score. You can't a few weeks ago be in a 500 and now you're out there providing advice to people. So I say all this to say, going back to what I said, yes, there are many people out there sharing information. The powers who be, they know that now, if this continues, you will have a generation of people who will continue, who will break the cycle of economic and financial mishaps. Because if I know that, hey, I've got some knowledge, I'm getting results. What's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to pass it on to my family. And so it becomes a domino effect. At least that should be your intentions, and like I said, I'm assuming maybe some people don't feel like that. Maybe they want to just hoard the information themselves and don't help their family. But I will say that that portion of individuals is very few, because the bigger portion of individuals are going to go out there and they're going to help the masses or what have you. And so going back to what I said, the powers that be know this. And so it doesn't help them to have a whole generation, a whole millions and billions of people with good credit scores, because then what happens is that now everything is a domino effect. Because we all know that if you have a low credit score, you get the high interest rates, you're not credit worthy. You're basically, you have to make your financial decisions based on bottom of the barrel, basically. I know I'm getting tongue-tied, but basically you don't have, you can't call the shots. You cannot call the shots with bad credit. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. And so I'm already at 11 minutes, but understand this. Equifax is now the boogeyman. Many people don't even know what's next. Many people, and I've just listened to, a lot of people are almost paralyzed. And that's really what they want to do. Call it, what's the word for it? Conspiracy. Call it conspiracy or what have you. And I'm not one of those people who are conspiracists, but I will say that there's going to be groups of people who are going to be paralyzed. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to be sitting on a branch just like, I saw, I'm not even going to go into what I've seen, but, like just some of these videos. But like I said, no, that does not mean to not to monitor what's going on. But I will say this, if you know the rules and the laws, like I said, to me, this is, it's nothing. The Equifax breach means nothing, because what's next? Now that all the people have told you to be on guard, to be on the lookout, what's next? This is the question that I want individuals to ask. What's next? What's next if you do become a victim? That's all I want to know. What's next? So is big bad Equifax going to come back, and are they going to just be able to take you from a 500 credit score to 800 credit score? Is that what people thinking? I was a victim of the breach. Equifax, what are you going to do? Are you going to just let me have an 800 credit score? So you have to really have some logic and knowledge about the whole situation, about what's next. If you do become a victim, what do you do next? So that's all I have to say. What am I currently working on after being on this video for 13 minutes? Taking the direction of what I do in another different direction. I've been saying that in a few videos. That's why I haven't been doing too many videos. Pretty much positioning people to go to the next level, because what I've noticed is that many people don't have a knowledge problem. It's not that they don't understand how credit works or what have you. They really have a cash flow problem, because in the event, and I'm gonna do a separate video, so I'm not even going to touch on that, but that's really what the direction that I'm going in, and you'll learn more about it. But I will do a video later today to say, to kind of talk about what's next after the Equifax breach. So stay tuned for that video. All my links will be underneath this video. You get the free book. You can get a audio credit series that I have, that I'll throw in a free class, just so you can see what it's like to learn from me, and as well as some other goodies as well under the video. So talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.